Welcome to God Over Country. My name is Sammy. While we all know that everyone is endowed with unalienable rights, our own country and many other countries, such as Canada, are trying to infringe on the rights that God gave us. They continually try to change the things that they cannot change and do nothing about the things that they should.
Because this unlawful activity has to end, and it will end. Of course, I can't say too much more now as to exactly when or how this ends, because unfortunately we are concerned about violence. So we're taking every precaution to keep people safe. But the absolute safest way for this to end is for everyone to return to your communities now. It is now an illegal protest, and the consequences on them and on their families will be significant if they choose to continue with this illegal activity. Using military forces against civilian populations in Canada or in any other democracy is something to avoid having to do at all costs. We are very hopeful that people will choose to leave these protests peacefully now that they've been heard. There are further steps for law enforcement to take as that happens or not, but we are a long way from ever having to call in the military, although, of course, we have to be ready for any eventuality.
The Prime Minister of Canada and Joe Biden announces to put a stop to the convoy protest in both countries, calling upon the Department of Homeland Security. Interesting, don't you think? It seems the only threat, though, that anyone faces is the government officials. Now, no one's beating up anybody. No one's rioting. No one's robbing the stores. Probably because the people that are in these Freedom Convoys are the same people that make these places run. Treating these Freedom Convoys as terrorists will only make matters worse. I mean, if history ever would tell us anything, then don't you think that it would tell you that if you push people too far, they will congregate in mass numbers and do what they have to do to remove you from office? Leave them defenseless, and they will revolt. You make people feel as if they have nothing to lose, then they will have nothing to lose, and they will do what they have to do. It's simple, though. The people are over the government, not the government over the people. The government in the world needs to understand that you cannot back citizens into a corner and tell them that they cannot defend themselves, because they will plunge out faster than the speed of light to remove you from office. A message to the Prime Minister and Joe Biden. You mess with a bull, you get the horns. You'll say, stop the convoys. You and what army? Y'all need to understand who's involved with the Freedom Convoys. The blue-collar people. Working-class citizens. You're threatening the same people that make the country run. You're threatening the same people that control everything. You're threatening the blood that runs through the veins of your country. You really need to acknowledge the right of the people to remove you from office and whoever stands in their way. Blue-collar people want you to step aside voluntarily or with whatever means necessary. You're unfit for office. You're only a pawn in the political scheme. Your mandates over the COVID situation are unconstitutional and unjust. You lost the respect of the people, so now it's time for you to step aside and let the people run the country, because we don't have time to play games. Don't expect Freedom Convoys to go quietly, though.